What's up everybody, krcgaming here. I'm just gonna show you that Chromie one-shot thingy. Well, it's not a one-shot because he shoots more abilities, but you get the idea. If you ever played WoW, there's a lot of stuff going around about one-shot macros. But it's sort of her burst, which can be very strong if performed correctly and timed correctly. I'm gonna be using her alt temporal loop to set it up, just to make sure I land all the hits. You can of course land the hits if people stand still. She's very good against hammer, for instance. But then you'll be hitting W and Q. But let's go into the try thingy to check it out. Alright, here we are in try mode. I'm just gonna head over to the target dummy to show you how it would work. Oh, let's turn off Arthas. He's not welcome at the moment. Let's see. To make this build work, you'll go with compound ether. And of course it hits harder after you've hit all the heroes needed. But this is just a demonstration on how to pull off the combo, so I won't be worrying about that too much here. At level 3 you can choose between bronze talents to get some extra damage, which is quite good, but piercing sands is usually the way to go because it'll hit more than one hero and it's a lot of damage regardless. You'll also be buffing the range probably. At level 6 you go for Dragon's Eye to boost the damage in the center of your W ability, Dragon's Breath. As you can see, there's a little circle now. It's not a big area, but if you hit it, it'll hurt a lot more. To set up this combo, you can of course use your time trap, but temporal loop is really good because it has a long range and you can use it on demand when it's off cooldown to trap a hero and pretty much guarantee a kill on a squishy hero. Now, depending on how the game is going, you might want to go with something defensive, but you can also go with reaching through time, which is kind of defensive all in itself, because it'll make her range incredibly long. Let me show you when I picked it up. That's a long range. Very, very long range. Quite further than regular sight range, I might add. Which means that you're pretty safe if you know where people are. Because of your allies or minions, you can stand way back and they won't even see you while you're casting your long cast time, so they can't really dodge it. At level 15 you could pick up Quantum Overdrive, which I usually do, because it'll have you increase your ability power on demand to get that extra boost in your burst. Yep. And level 19 you can go with Loophole to trap more enemies, but you can also go with Past and Future Me if you want to burst even harder. Past and Future Me adds a Chromie. I'll show you. I'm shooting my Sandblast and then it added a Chromie, and she'll be standing there like that until you shoot it again. And she will shoot, as you can see on the arrows here, she'll shoot another Sandblast. So if you can hit this center of the two lines on the burst target, it'll hurt even more. But remember, she changes position each time. I'm just gonna set it up down here. Let's say I've been laning and there's a Chromie copy here, and I'm be standing here, and our target is down here. So the way the boost works is that you'll activate your ultimate to make sure that they land on the same spot. I know the target dummy isn't really moving, but I'll do it anyway to kind of show you how it works. So basically, you're gonna trap them with temporal loop, you're gonna activate Quantum Overdrive to get extra damage, then you're gonna hit the Dragon's Breath with a little small circle where the temporal loop will return them to after the 3 seconds passed. But you need to time this correctly, because if you shoot too quickly, they won't be back there and you won't hit. And if you shoot too slow, they probably will move, so they won't hit them. So it's gotta be timed, but after 1.5 seconds here, this will fire. So kinda around halfway past this time, it should be pretty good. So let's see if I can pull it off with the first try. So if you noticed, when temporal loop was running, there's like this timer on the ground here, which you can use to kind of calculate when to use the W ability. And you use the W ability because it doesn't really have a cast animation on Chromie. A small one, but it doesn't really interrupt her much. the long cast time is on the sandblast, so this is what you need to fire last for make it all hit at the same time. If you see here, if I use these two just to show you that, they pretty much hit the same time. But the trick, of course, is to catch them with temporal loop, activate the damage boost, and then pull that combo off. I'll show you that combo again. This will kill a lot of heroes. A lot of heroes. You can actually see how much damage it is. And my hit points here at level 20 is below the damage I did. So let's check how much damage it is. Activate the boost and use these two. I don't really need to worry about this temporal loop thing right now because the target dummy is stationary. But I'll show you some gameplay as well with this going on. That's nearly 3000 damage instantly, which is a lot to kill another Chromie, but a lot to kill a lot of the other heroes as well. Especially because a lot of heroes, especially in quick match, are not too good at going back to heal. So they probably run around with less than 100% HP and they'll be dead when you land this combo. And the trick about the temporal loop, let's see if we can get Arthas in here. Oh, not that guy, this guy. Is that he'll be stationary. Well, he won't, but he'll return, so if you time it correctly, he will kind of be stationary. Let's see. That's a lot of HP on a tank in one hit. And of course, because Arthas is a bot and he won't really be moving much, we can probably pull it off again, though without the quantum, and he heals. But anyway, whoops, I fucked it up. Luckily there's not a long cooldown on Sandblast. Oop, and now he's running for his life. Let's see, he's dead. Another cool trick I should mention with this little fella, the copy, is that if you're fighting for points, like a control point on Dragonshy or anything like that, if people are channeling on a shrine to cap it, you can place a copy there in advance and then run away. And then if somebody's channeling down here, you can actually angle the copy's direction. It's hard to do, but you can do it. Like, you're all the way over here. You're not really... Maybe you're at low HP and you're not really able to contest this point. But if your copy's around, and if you have this long range especially, you can hit it from anywhere. So if you disregard where the original, or you, Chromie, is shooting, you can actually use the copy to disrupt stuff. Even though you might not hit anything, your copy will, and you don't need much damage to disrupt anything, which is quite clever. Well, let's just end this try with a kill on Arthas then. There we go. Well, that's the that's the combo, and it really kicks ass, as you can see. But that's it for this video. I've got to tell you that I might be switching a lot of my attention to Overwatch, because I really love first-person shooter, and now that Blizzard did one, which is as good as I think Overwatch is, I'll probably be switching attention to that. But still, feel free to leave a comment about anything related to Heroes of the Storm, but probably also Overwatch in the coming future, if you want to request something. But regardless of where and when we meet again, remember to stay positive and keep on practicing. Especially you, Arthas. Goodbye.